Hey, I'm recording this video here to go over where my thoughts are for the business. I kind of gave you guys an update last week of where we are. This video, I kind of wanted to cover where I want to go. Maybe cover some of the things that I've seen that have been working, some of the things that we're going to continue, and then some of the things that we're going to change. This channel on YouTube is not necessarily for the direct customer base. I don't think talking about how we're going to raise prices and how we're going to make more money is necessarily directed towards the customers that are infatuated by the value that we provide. We're not necessarily trying to squeeze everything out of them. We are trying to create a model that is sustainable long term. At a smaller scale, I feel like it's easier to kind of get away with a lot of these mistakes. You're smaller, so there's less risk. However, where I would like to go is going to continue to change as the seasons progress and kind of where we stand at throughout the process of building this business. However, where I would like to go is somewhere where I can eventually step out. This season, for example, I really haven't washed chairs. Chairs and tables, I haven't really washed them at all, but they get clean every weekend. How I did that was having a steady crew ready to do that stuff. It's just one of those things where it's like, I'm the foundation of the business. If I don't answer the phone, if I don't answer the email, if I don't answer the text, if I don't update Google Ads, if I don't answer the people on Facebook, if I don't get back to the people on high level, if I'm not updating the pictures and the website, none of this moves without me. So like a lot of that stuff just needs to be passed on. The idea is to eventually outsource all of the stuff that is occupying the most of your time. For example, phone calls. Like I don't know if we'll be able to hit the point where we can have a full-time office staff until we hit a high number. But eventually my goal is to slowly start stepping out of these entry-level roles to where I can hire somebody to do it. There's a lot of things that necessarily don't need my attention, such as like washing chairs, even answering phone calls. My phone will ring, especially like in June, my phone was ringing 20 times a day. Mid-June, it was still ringing 20 times a day, and we had a fully booked schedule. Those are kind of things that we need to shift and kind of put some other people in these roles. I don't know that we'll be able to do that, necessarily anytime soon. It might be 2 or 3 years from now until we can actually hire like a full-time office person to just completely answer the phone where I don't have to touch them. If there's big jobs and stuff, yeah, send it to me, the more important stuff. Eventually, like, I would like to step into the role where it's like I'm just completely in the background. People don't know who I am or what I'm doing. That's me being realistic. I kind of don't want to be the face of the business. You read all my reviews, it's like, Steve and his team, Steve was great, Steve this, Steve that. Like, I'm the mascot of the business, and I don't necessarily want to be. So my thoughts are, I don't know, like, we've been playing this dance this year with tents, tables, and chairs. The yard games and stuff are cool, and like karaoke, and the snow cone machine went out a few times. Those things are cool, but like, it's tents, tables, chairs. Chairs, tables, tents, if we don't have any tents, then the tables don't go out. If the tables don't go out, then the chairs don't go out. If we don't have any chairs, the tables don't go out. If we don't have any tables, the tents don't go out. It's this weird dance where but I had like, really the bread and butter, the starting foundation, in my opinion, is the chairs. You know, people want some tents, tables, chairs, but you don't have chairs. So then that really leads, what I was using before is kind of a metaphor, but when I don't have chairs, things really don't go out. People instantly aren't interested, and they end up switching to another vendor, which is not okay. I mean, it's fine, you know, we still have a book schedule, but we want to keep those people in, you know, and we want them to call us next year, and we want them to call us multiple times throughout the year. So I think next year, I kind of learned this year a little bit, like, you know, we bought a bunch of ABC canopies. They're like $400 a pop, you know. The one weekend we overbooked, and I had to put $1,600 out of pocket for 4 10x20s. It was just unfortunate, you know, like we shouldn't be spending, you know, plus the payroll and the U-Haul that we rented. I may have talked about that in a previous video, but that weekend, like, we spent, I don't know, something like $3-4 grand, just between like the tents, the payroll, the U-Hauls, and we could have done so much better at keeping some of that money in the business. I think it's going to be a goal next year, is build a nice nest egg, because we're getting to a point to where the numbers are getting bigger. You know, we're doing, I don't know, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 a weekend. It kind of depends how the cookie crumbles and if everything correlates to where everything goes out. When everything goes out on a Saturday and we're able to pick the items up Sunday and reflip them, try not to do that like on too high of a volume, but it is possible. You know, one weekend in June, I think we did close to $6,000. That was like one of our biggest weekends. It started with a $1,000 event on a Friday. We took all those items, delivered them on Saturday to another event. The big tent went back up. It was a crazy weekend. That's the weekend where we had I want to say $750 U-Haul bill for the weekend. The U-Haul alone had 300 and some miles that we put on it. I put 200-300 miles on my vehicle. It was just a wild weekend. I forget where my tangent was, but kind of keep some of that money in-house and really kind of build this nest egg, so in this way we can make the next big move. Next year, for example, if we don't get a truck on the road, like a secondary vehicle, that's going to be a big restraint. I think we'll be able to make something work, but that's going to be a big restraint. So yeah, I mean, I really do think we're going to like triple down on chairs. Right now, maybe a small number for some of the big dogs, but I think we're going to buy another 300 chairs. Right now we have 300. I think we're just going to go like 300-400 more chairs. Just have somewhere between, we got to factor some of them out because they're getting a little bit older, but we're going to go somewhere from 300 chairs to probably 600 or 700, give or take. The hard part with that is you need tables for the chairs. You know, 10 tables is $800 plus tax. So you're looking at like $900 for tables. The tents, I think you can get away with. If you don't have them, you'll get enough of those like other orders that only want tables and chairs. So if we get the chairs and then we get the tables to go with it, I think we'll be able to get everything else to go out as long as we have an excess of chairs. And then there's also like those big orders where right now, like we have 300 chairs, and if everything goes well, we can push all the games, we can push all the tents, we can push all the tables, but that's if everything goes perfect and everything, you know, people get one table per 8 chairs, not 100 chairs, no tables, because then we run into an issue where we don't have certain items, and then again, the cycle, it's a firestorm of how this thing crumbles. So yeah, I mean, really, I think we're gonna try and get another vehicle on the road, because then we can hire 2 guys. Hopefully some of the guys from this year will want to come back next year. We'll see. You know, we're a party rental company. Nobody wants to retire setting tents up. You know, it's hard work. And I understand that's not, I mean, especially right now, it's not somewhere where somebody would retire. If somebody gave me 20 years, like, we would retire then. You know, but we're still a small business, you know. I'm still working full-time myself. It's getting to a point where I can finally start taking some money out of the business, which is amazing, honestly. I'm more than grateful. But you know, you gotta have the mindset of like, this is the goal, this is what we want to do. You can't get selfish, you can't get greedy. You gotta keep feeding the business. And right now, I think excess amount of chairs with supplementation of tables as needed will really go a long way here. Eventually too, we're gonna have to find some kind of office space that will really help us out. Not office space, storage, like storage space. So just somewhere to keep all of our extra stuff. Right now, my storage is stacked. The only way I can go is up. I'm building shelves. I'm finding little spots to hide things, and like, oh, where's this at? Like, oh, look behind the third bucket on the left, all the way up on the top shelf in the back corner. If it's not there, check over here under this thing, over that thing, and around here, and it should be in a blue bag, you know. We're running into the storage problem right now, so more chairs, more tables. We're probably going to fill out some of the games. Connect 4 does awesome. It's really just to add on to add extra revenue, but sometimes those little dollars matter, you know. Another vehicle, more space for storage, whether that's a big storage unit of some sort, whether we get some kind of warehouse. I don't think we're in warehouse territory yet. It would be cool, would be really awesome to just have somewhere, because then we could do customer pickups, right? I stopped doing customer pickups because we're still residential. I can't have people coming down a residential street and have a line around the block. It just got too big, you know. Then you got to really spread them out, and people don't listen, they don't show up on time. But that'd be a cool factor, because then we could do twice the amount of orders and not have to worry about delivering stuff. You just set a pickup window between 2 and 6 p.m. and then if you're available, come get them. But yeah, that is my thoughts initially. I have way more deeper thoughts on this. It's just kind of me spitballing. I was literally out. I made the schedule. I ran payroll. We updated Google Ads, and I was just on my way home, and I was thinking about how I want to start making more content. So I was like, you know what, let me just record a video real quick. So it's kind of my thoughts and just the first thing that come to mind. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's what I'm thinking. If we can do that, that would be awesome. I think it'll really be successful if we just keep investing into the stuff that works. That's the thing, is like, it may not be the best plan, but it's working. I am booked out on chairs every single weekend. On tables, either all of the 8-foot tables go out, or all of the 6-foot tables go out, or all of the tables go out. It's something like 50 tables are going out every single weekend. You can ask the guys. It is terrible, because on Sunday, we got to put 50 tables away. Then somewhere in the middle of the week, like this week, it's Thursday. We got 3 guys that are going to be here washing tables and chairs. The tables themselves are going to take something like an hour. And when they clean the tables, I have them bring them up front. So in this way, when I do my deliveries on Friday, I just grab and go, grab and go, grab and go, grab and go. This way, I'm not lugging 50-pound tables, one in each hand, back and forth, back and forth. You got an order with 8 tables, you're going to spend 20 minutes bringing them up to the front? No. We got all that cleaned, ready, prepped, ready to go. So in this way, come delivery time. So like, yeah, it's, you know, I don't even remember what my tangent was. But yeah, that's my thoughts. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It's kind of what my thoughts are right now. Let me know any questions. If you got another idea for a video, what my thoughts are on something. I have all kinds of stuff inside my head, and I just need to start recording and projecting it. Tables and chairs are working. We're going to invest more in the butter. And that's it. So thanks for watching this long. That's 15 minutes. Appreciate you guys. Take care.